Guten Tag und willkommen, and welcome to today's tutorial, and it's based around the German national team. Now, earlier on today, the German national team released their new home kit, and I saw this poster, and I thought I'm going to create something similar in Photoshop. Now, I've not gone quite as OTT on the paints and the splatters in the background, but the main effort today on today's tutorial is teaching you how to install brushes and working with textures. So I've not really worked too much on the players. Okay, I've had a little bit of variety. I've got the away kit and the goalkeeper kit, just to break it up from the white and the black shorts. Okay, and I've got to put some paint in the background and a logo as well. So after today's tutorial, hopefully you'll be able to knock something up that's similar for your club and club colours, or for your national team. So without further ado, I'll get straight into it. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to hit Command N on my Mac for a new document. Let that load up, and view 720 by 1280, portrait orientation, 144 resolution pixels per inch, RGB colour, 8-bit, white, and create. Okay, one thing I'm going to say at this point as well, I've done a couple of tutorials with just music, and few people said that they prefer me to talk and give a written, a spoken instruction. So I've listened, and that's what I'm going to do. A couple of tips as well, just before I get started. If you hit K on your keyboard, it should pause this YouTube video, and J and L either side of the keyboard will knock it back 10 seconds or so, and L will knock it forward, just in case you need to have something repeated. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get the texture. So I'll put all the links to all this below, and I'm going to drop in my grungy paper, and I'm going to keep it as it is, and I'm just going to place it there. Yep, happy with that. Next, get rid of the background as well. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring the players in. So I'm going to start with Sané. He works his trade at Manchester City, although I think he's injured for the foreseeable future. Okay, and I'm going to put Sané somewhere around there. What I would recommend is you just play around with them until you're happy. Now, again, if you've done a few of my tutorials, I apologise, but if you've never seen one of my tutorials before, okay, I'm using Photoshop CC17. If you're using CS6 and below as well, if you hold Shift and drag it out, okay, it grows in proportion, whereas if I didn't hold Shift, it'd just be some weird shapes. So I think I've just damaged him, so I'll start again. So drop Sané back in. Okay, if I hold Shift and drag him down, he stays in proportion. Now I think on newer Photoshops, okay, it is the opposite way around. You have to hold Shift to unconstrain it. I'm not entirely sure, but what we'll do is we'll place Sané roughly around there, and then next one I think Serge Gnabry, yeah, absolutely tearing it up for Bayern Munich in the Champions League recently. And put Serge there. Now, if you're not familiar with Photoshop and this is one of your first tutorials, if you notice he's on top of Sané there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the layers palette, okay, and I'm just going to drop him down underneath Sané, and you notice now Sané is on top in the layers palette, and he's also on top of him there. So his arm is acting as a bit of a barrier. May need to make him a little bit smaller in a minute. Then I think I'm going to add Timo Werner. And place Timo somewhere around there. And again, I'm just going to drop him below Sané. Okay, it doesn't matter if he's underneath Gnabry. And then Manuel Neuer, the captain. And again, I want him under. I'll put him underneath all of them. Okay, so it's just a little bit of trial and error at the minute. And then last but not least, Marco Reus, one of my favourite players. I love watching Germany play. I've got German heritage, so I much prefer watching the German national side than England. I'll put below Neuer, and I'll put Marco there. Right, let me just compare, see how the last one was. Okay, Sané was a little bit smaller. Yep. Enter. So, apologies at the minute. I just want to get it right. If you want to just speed it up by pressing K, you're more than welcome to. Yeah, Timo Werner's a little bit smaller. Yeah, I think that's about right. It's as close as we're going to get it. Okay, so a couple of little things that you can do then now. Okay, we can nudge Manuel Neuer over. So he's there. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to add a layer mask here. So this works non-destructively. Hit my brush tool, make sure my opacity is 100%, my flow is 100%. Okay, and I'm just going to, in fact, it's a soft one, I want a hard one. Just right click there, bring the brushes. Okay, just got rid of that there. And Marco Reus, just going to do the same again there. I'm just going to get rid of his boot because when we've got the paint in, it'll become really apparent. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to group them. So from Marco Reus, I'm going to hold Shift, then click on Leroy Sané so they're all highlighted. I'll press Command G and I'm going to group them, and I'll just call that players. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to select the grunge paper. Now, like I pressed Command G, this time I'm going to press Command J. You can press Command J to duplicate it, press Command Z to go back, or you can just drag it down onto the new layer there and it just replicates it. And this top layer, okay, I'm going to change to multiply the blend mode. If you noticed, it's come out a little bit darker. So when we change the blend mode there, what that does is it makes the pixels react in a different way to the pixels underneath. That's kind of the best way I can describe it. Next, I'm going to create a new layer, and over in here I've got my colour swatches. Okay, if you don't have it there, just click on this little on your palette there, and we want a nice yellow colour, and we'll see how we get on. So before we do that, okay, you've got a brush preset. So what I'm going to do is I'm now going to show you how to install brushes. So there's a website, I think I've got it up. Yeah, that could have been embarrassing then. Okay, go to this website here, Brush Easy. Okay, I'll put the link to this page here. Click on the free download. Okay, drops it into your downloads, and then move it to any folder that you would like. Okay, once you're there, okay, go to your brush. Okay, if you don't see brush or brush presets, okay, go to window at the top. Okay, and just click on brush or brush presets, and they should pop up on the side. I'm going to go to brush, I hit B. Okay, just makes them active. Click on brush presets. Okay, I'm going to go to load brushes. Okay, and I've got it there, and you're just going to double click it. I think I've got it installed. Let me just reset them just in case. Okay, I'm going to go to load brushes. Okay, click it and click open. Okay, and what that does is it installs your brushes underneath, just there. That's how you install brushes. Pretty simple. Okay, so we've installed our brush. Okay, and then I'm going to select the brush that I require. So let me have a look. I can't remember what brush I used last time. I don't think it was that one. But we'll try. No, I don't think it was. This one looks a bit better. So we've got our yellow selected. Okay, just click on your palette, select a nice yellow. Okay, roughly round about his waistline. And in fact, I'm going to press Command Z, I'm going to flip it over. So I'm going to go to brush. Okay, this little diagram here, I'm going to flip it 180. Okay, and this, make sure it looks 180. Okay, and that just flips our brush over. Okay, I'm just going to paint, and it wasn't quite smooth. So again, I'm just going to go across. No, it's not looking good. I'm going to go back to how it was. Okay, I'm just going to paint across. Don't worry, it's all going to come in. I'm going to hit a new layer. Okay, now I'm going to select red. Nice red colour. Okay, it's all going to blend. Let's have a look. Okay, and then I'm going to select a black. Okay, you don't need to worry if using the same colours as myself. In fact, so I'm going to flip this one over now. Let's have a look. It's all about just testing and adjusting and finding what you like and what works for you. Again, there's no need to rush this part. Okay, I'm just rushing it for the sake of the tutorial. In fact, I'm going to choose a different brush for this because it's not working quite as well as I would have liked. Okay, I'm just using the bracket keys there to make it bigger than what it is. Okay, that looks a little bit better there. Yeah, that's a lot better. So I'm using 2500, that's just the size of it. So it's that one there. You just play around with the brushes, what you might like. Now where was it up to Marco there? Yeah, it's up to his waist. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to blend these colours in. So I've got the B selected, hitting brush, okay, on right click, and you can scroll up and down, and that one there, what does that look like? Yep, so that's just adding some little splatters in. Okay, I'm just going to click around, add some splats. I'm going to add them behind Marco as well. Okay, it's just nice and subtle. Okay, so at a glance, looking at it, you wouldn't notice it. See, I'm just splatting it on. Just blending it in a little bit. Okay, what you can do as well, you can keep going back to your brush and brush presets. Okay, you can change the size, make it a little bit flatter. Might do a little bit down here. Again, just blend it in. But the key is where it goes black onto the red. That's where I would mostly use it. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit I for the eyedropper tool. So I'm going to select the red. So I'm using the same colour. Okay, hit the brush tool. So now I've got the red. Okay, I'm just going to add the red splats. And then dragging it across look quite good there. So you see I've dragged it. Okay, and I'm just scarring the red. So if you notice, did it on there, scarred the reds. Okay, again, it's just a little bit of subtlety that you might not see. But again, I want to click on the red. I'm just going to blend it into the yellow. I'm just doing a lot of clicking. Again, get it on the black as well. Make it back to the size. And then just blending it in. And we can hit D, send it back to black. Again, hit I for the eyedropper tool for yellow. And I'm now just blending it. I'm just talking to myself now because it's just as simple as that. We're still on the top layer as well. So it is overriding it. But again, it's not looking as good as what I'd be. Yeah, it's not too bad. It's just not as strong. Let's find a better one. What's this one? That's a bit better. I'm just going to do that subtly. So I'm going to go behind the players and do that one. So it looks a bit better. We can also do it down here. Again. Just breaks it up. Hit the black. Yeah, maybe not there. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add like a little yellow scar there as well, if you see there. Again, just breaking it up, so let's have a look. Right click and see what this brush looks like. I'm going to flip it. Oh, just going to make it smaller. Hit the eyedropper tool for yellow, hit the B. There we go. Looks okay to me. Again, just scarring the yellow a bit because it's not exactly the same colour. No, Control Z. So yeah, it's not looking too bad. Could do with a little bit of red, so I'm going to hit the eyedropper tool onto the red. Hit the B. Yeah. It's not a lot for me to say here, apart from for just to play around with it. I'm preferring this one to this one that I made. Yeah, so anyway, that's enough of that. You get the picture of what effect I'm trying to achieve. Okay, so you just paint your colours in, and then you just blend in on top of each other, back and forth, adding a few splats. Yeah, really is as basic as that. Again, if you want to add like a little bit of shadow underneath the ball, okay, I didn't do it on the other one, so go to Timo Werner, so the layer underneath, okay, hit the brush tool, and what I'm going to do is right click, I'm going to choose a soft brush, okay, I'm going to make it nice and flat. Okay, help if I had black selected, and I'll turn the flow right down, 15. Yeah, maybe. It's not the end of the world if you don't. Scale back. No, I don't like that. Okay, never mind. Again, it's entirely up to you. It's optional. Okay, what I'm going to do is now just hide the players. On top of this layer here, I'm going to drop in the German logo for Mannschaft. Okay, the team. Let's make it a little bit smaller. You should see the gold. Okay, oh, come on. There we go. It's locking on for me. There you go. So it's nice and level. With Sané down there. Okay, and then again, completely optional. Okay, select the players. What we're going to do is we're going to add a vibrance just to bring them out a little bit. Okay, just increase that up to 10. And select the players again and add a levels. Make sure it's clipped. So I've just selected that little layer there so it acts on the layers underneath only, and selected 10. So if I unclip that, it'd work for all of it, but I'm just selecting the players. So I've clipped those layers. You can hold Alt and hover and it clips it. So the vibrance and levels, it's only working for the players. And there you go. I've dragged it out. It takes me less than 5-10 minutes. Okay, if I wasn't waffling on, so I apologise for that. But yeah, there you go. There's the image. You can find out the German one. So yeah, I think I prefer this one to the one I did before. Yes, I think I'll go with this. So I'll start with this one on the start screen. So you would have seen this at the start anyway, when it loaded up. But yeah, there you go. There's a quick tutorial on how I achieved this advertisement for the German national team's new kit. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. If you did, if you're still stuck around, please hit like, subscribe and share. I've had loads of nice comments recently from people saying that they enjoy my tutorials and they prefer me to give a verbal instructions as well. So I appreciate your feedback on all that, and it just motivates me to keep making YouTube tutorials to help people out. So again, thank you very much. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you on the next video.